Hey guys, once again this week, I want to give you the conclusion right up front. I want to let you know clearly what I'm trying to say in these scriptures that I'm going to read today. I'm in Ecclesiastes, and we're talking about being who you are. Life is toilsome, but that's your gift from God. That's your lot in life. Whatever that is for you, you can spend time trying to change it, but it's your lot. It's not going to change. And as we talk about there's a time for this and a time for that. I'm asking you today to take that time and focus on who you are. Focus on who you are and not who somebody else is. Their lot is their lot. Don't waste your minutes on that. We're talking about Ecclesiastes 5 and 18 on this day. This is what I have observed to be good, that it is appropriate for a person to eat, to drink, and to find satisfaction in their toilsome labor under the sun during their few days of life God has given them. Literally finding out what your labor and your toil is in the few days that you have and making the best of it. That's it. Simple. That's what the goal of this discussion today is, to narrow in on what your toil is, accepting it, and taking time for that. Don't spend your minutes anywhere else. Okay? Let's get to the discussion. Today, I would like to start with in Ecclesiastes. I'm going to be reading from 3 to 3, chapter 3, verse 1 through 15, I believe. Then I'm also going to go to 5 and 18 to sum it up. But I want to speak from that context today. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the sun. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. What do workers gain from their toil? I've seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet, no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is a gift from God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it, and nothing can be taken from it. God does it so that people will fear Him. Whatever is has already been, and what will be has been before. And God will call the past to account. And let's go to Ecclesiastes 5 and 18. It reads, "This is what I have observed to be good, that it is appropriate for a person to eat, to drink, and to find satisfaction in their toilsome labor under the sun during their few days of life God has given them. For this is their lot." This is their lot. I want to talk about the time we have and what is your lot on this day. We just read 5 and 18, and I'm going to double back to Ecclesiastes 3, but I guess I'm speaking today from understanding what your lot is, and you taking the time to do that. Um, One thing that I'm noticing as I mentor my nephews and my nieces, that we talk about things, we talk about life, we talk about where I am in my life and how I got here, where they are in their life, in their journey, because I've seen some things that they haven't. Um, One of the things that I implore to these guys is to follow after someone that's doing and going where they want to go, and listen to them, because they've been where you're trying to be. We just read that what is has already been. What is now has already been. So I can learn from those that have gone before me if I just take the time to listen. Those that have an ear to hear, let them hear. I implore you to listen to those that's gone before you. That's another message. But one of the things that I talk to my nephews and my nieces about is locking into your toil in life. There's nothing new under the sun. And God's gift is the lot that He gave you. One of the dynamics in the society that we live in right now is coveting somebody else's lot. We live in a day and time where influencers are a big thing. That's literally a career choice now. And just in talking in general, I was meeting with a friend of mine, and we were talking about his son yesterday, and you know, helping navigate him through his lot in life. He's still in junior high, so he's not even set into what that is yet, but helping him navigate and understanding who he is, opposed to navigating what someone else is. See, we spend a lot of time trying to be what someone else's lot is. That's not your lot. That's not your goal in life. That's not what He set for you. And we can get caught trying to be somebody else because it looks good. And we think that's what we want to be because we like what they have. And we appreciate what they have. And we put more value on what they have versus looking at what God has for us. One of the things that I learned to do at a very early age is to lock in to what God has for me and not look at what someone else has. You can look to someone else to be for inspiration, their diligence on what they're doing in their lot, but know that that's their lot. That's not mine. One of the things the advice that I give to my nieces and my nephews is that once you think you've locked in on what your lot is, do things that complements your lot. Meaning, if you want to go into construction, base what you do around things that cater to construction. And I know we're talking about a career choice at this point, or your lot, or because we all have been given the gift of having to toil, work for our wants and our desires. We have to work for that. That's our toil in life. That's our lot. But God has given each one of us a specific gift. And what I am imploring to you on this day, if you lock into your lot, it's not as toilsome as you may think. If you learn to like your lot, it's not toiling. Hear me. If you learn to like your lot, it's not toil. If you learn to not kick against the gold, as Paul was doing, was kicking against the gold or going against the inevitable, don't go against it. That's your lot. Learn to like it. God gave it to you. It's a gift. He says that lot is your gift from God. God gave it to you. Tap into it. So, meaning if you're into construction, do things that's around construction. You may have a side job working at Home Depot. It ties to your construction because it's gaining your knowledge around your craft, your understanding parts and tools and supplies. It costs. It's going to help you in your lot if you're going into construction. Don't go try to be a chef as a side job when you're doing construction. That makes it, it's not the same family. Do things that complement what your lot is. If you're going to go into ministry, study your word, go to school for it, go into psychology. It's going to help your lot to help people understand who they are from the psychological perspective and then help them from the word perspective. It's all in the same lot. It's going to complement your lot. Don't spend your time doing something outside of what's within your lot. It's a gift from God. Tap into that. Ecclesiastes says there's a time to give and there's a time to take. It goes through all the different variations of timing. Timing. Take your time. Hear me. And there's a play on words there. Take your time. See, when you're dealing with your lot in life, your lot doesn't happen in a day. It happens over a lifespan. It happens over time. There's going to be different times in your life. There's going to be different times in your lot. Learn to enjoy your lot at every stage of your life. What is now has already been. Learn to like every stage of your development as you go through your lot in life. Does that make sense to anybody? I know it's repetitive, but I'm going to say it now, and I've said it before. If you tell yourself you don't like your lot in life, there's a very, very, very strong chance that you're going to not like your lot, because that's what you're telling yourself. Get out of your head, son. It's dangerous in there. I'm going to say it again. Get out of there. See, God has placed on your heart what he would have you to do. But your mind and what you toil with up here can interfere with what God gave you to do. Your lot in life. Learn to enjoy it. Because if you tell yourself you don't like it, you're not going to like it. Stop kicking against the goals. Stop kicking against God. At that point, you're trying to tell God that he doesn't know what he's doing in your life. He knows who you are. He created you. How can you tell the creator that he made a mistake with you? He didn't make a mistake. Learn to like what he's done in your life. It's not going to change. His lot that he has for you, it's not going to change. You can make it toilsome, or you can learn to love it. You can learn to like it. You can embrace it. You can own it. You can own it. I can spend the rest of my days trying to not let my gray hair be gray. But at the end of the day, no matter how much I try to change it, cut it, stain it, dye it, whatever term you want to put on it, it's always going to grow back gray. Hear me. I can spend a lot of time and money trying to change this, but it's always going to grow back the same. It's my lot. Either I can own it, embrace it, make the best of it, make it look good, or I can spend all my time and money trying to change what my lot is. Hear me. Hear me. This is not going away. This is my lot. I can own it. Make it look good. Once again, make it look good. Own it. You don't have to toil against it. You don't have to spend your time trying to change it and cut it off and have to maintain something that's inevitable. When it grows back, it's going to grow back gray. That's not going to change. So own it. Own it. Don't spend your time trying to be something that you're not. Hear me. I'm going to say it again. Don't spend your time Don't waste any more of your minutes trying to be something that you're not. That's somebody else's lot. Mind your business, not theirs. Take your time. Here, take the time that you have. Take your time and make it count. Take your time and make it work for you. Meaning, this is your lot. It's a time for everything. But don't spend your time on things that's not your lot. I hope this means something to you today. I know it's short. I know it seems rather simple. But usually what God has for us is very simple. We make it hard because we're trying to be something that we're not. I am not a LeBron James. Why waste my time? I am me. And I'm the best me that there ever was. I'm going to spend my time and develop my time on me. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to take time to be me and be the best me that there is. I'm going to be great at that. There's nobody better at that than me. Hear me. It's a time for everything. My lot is my lot. Your lot is your lot. Spend your time doing that. Amen.